Rory, you mentioned that the couple of double breakers on the greens, maybe even three breaks. Are the green pen positions fair today, or the course is getting bouncy? What are the conditions like?
Yeah, it's tricky. There's definitely there's some hole locations that are a bit more difficult than they were yesterday, especially with how the greens are firming up. So I think it'll be interesting to see how the guys get on this afternoon with the golf course getting pretty firm. But the greens are at a reasonable speed that it's still they are accessible, and it's not as if the ball's getting away from you. But it's just depending on what angle you're putting from. You could have a putt that 3/4 of the way is right to left, and then just at the last it goes left to right, and it's hard to judge how much that's going to go because it's all down to your speed. If you're hitting it too firm, it might just go through it. If it's just a little bit too easy, it takes it a bit more. So you got to be really precise on these greens.
Rory, you seem to be acting like a marshal at times, given all the distractions with photographers and the mobile phones going off. How much of a distraction was that today?
It is. I mean, look, it is a little bit. It's tough when you have to back off shots and you're in your routine and you sort of get put off from it. But look, it is what it is. It's I wish people would consume the golf a bit more through their eyes rather than through the lens of their camera. But it is what it is. It's the modern world, and we have to deal with it. I've played well. I think that's the most important thing. I've hit the ball pretty well from tee to green, which is something I was struggling with the last couple of weeks. So, I feel more comfortable with my swing. A couple of loose shots coming in, but overall it's been, I've seen some positive signs, which is good moving forward.
You've got great ball striking statistics out there, and obviously taking your fair share of chances is what this game is all about. Is holding your patience part of the process here?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, especially after, the first, maybe the first 9 holes, I felt like I could have been a bit better, and then, I felt like I definitely hit my best putt of the week on 18 this morning, and that came straight back at me with a horseshoe, so that was nice. But yeah, you can't be too aggressive here. You can't try and chase it at all because you hit tee shots a little bit offline like I did the last 2 holes, and it's sometimes you're doing well to make bogey.
You can't predict anything over a weekend, but clearly what you'd like to predict is a 66 or a 65. What do you feel you need probably from 1 under to be in there with a chance on the backhand side?
Well, depending on what the guys do. I mean, look, first of all, I can only concentrate on me and control what I do, but I'd say if you got to, if I shot 268s over the weekend, I don't think I'd be too far away. Get the double digits under par, I think, is a great target. Yeah, you definitely can.
One should be okay with that, you think?
Well, yeah, Brian, yeah, sorry, exactly.
You go.
Yeah, only 2 questions, Paul. Yeah, I guess where you are right now, what's the sense of the first 2 days?
Yeah, it was a battle for 2 days, really. I put myself in a lot of positions where I was trying to scramble pars. So I think once I got through, the first 3 holes today, and I bogeyed 12, so I was 2 over total. I think the first goal was just to try to get through the cut line. And I hit some really nice shots coming in, gave myself some nice looks in the front nine, and burnt a lot of edges, and felt more in control, I think, when the pressure felt a bit more. So hopefully it's enough and I can move forward on the weekend. It's never nice to miss the weekend, especially at home.
You started the tournament with a birdie, so you're thinking, great, this is up and running. And then a double bogey hits you in the face, and that kind of brings you back down to earth. Have you kind of struggled to gain momentum because of that, or can you regain that momentum over the weekend, basically?
Yeah, it's so bouncy, it's hard to get the ball close, and then if you miss a fairway, it's hard to hit the green. So it's just kind of a battle the whole way around. Even if you feel comfortable with your game, you're going to bounce into the edge of rough. It's impossible to hit every fairway out there with the bounces. So it's hard to get ahead of yourself, and it's hard to, think that you can cruise if it's so firm, because all of a sudden you catch a semi-flyer and you go 30 yards over a green. So if I make it through, I'll be happy. But my game wasn't great, but at least I'll have a chance to do better on the weekend, hopefully.
Hit a few more fairways today.
I hit a few more fairways. Yeah, I went back to my old driver. My swing's actually in a really good place, especially on the driving range. It's right where I want it to be, but I've been working on it, and I guess things get exaggerated on links. So it's just, for me, it's a matter of transferring it to the course and feeling comfortable on the course, because it doesn't feel as good on the course as it does on the range. So, you know, hopefully I can kind of work that in the next few days and a couple of weeks, and it just keeps getting better.
Change the strategy then for hopefully tomorrow. And
Probably a driver everywhere, yeah. Because I mean, it's so hard to hit the fairway anyway, that I figured if you lob wedge in from the rough, you have a much better chance than an 8-iron. So, and my short game is really sharp at the minute. So, you know, if I do miss a fairway with the driver, I think I'll be able to get around the green. I'll fancy myself to save par. So, yeah, probably a lot more drivers off the tee and see where that leaves me. Really, I can't hit as far as him.
One shot better off than yesterday. Did it feel a better round than yesterday?
Probably yesterday's round were maybe slightly better because of the conditions. It was slightly tougher yesterday, a little bit more wind yesterday, but very, very similar, I would say.
Position you're in, you stand sort of middle of the afternoon, 2-shot lead, and you're very well placed, and no worries this week about the cut.
No, not at all. Yeah, it's all about being on top on Sunday, so it doesn't matter if someone goes to -8 or 9 today. I mean, it's all about Sunday.
Can I ask you, for some of our listeners will remember your success at Galgorm Castle, the Northern Ireland Open, what were your memories of that week?
It was my first big win, international big win. So I mean, I still got that. It's a lovely memory still, and really set me off that year to keep on going and get up to the European Tour. I think this was 2014, so I played 2012, 2013 on the European Tour, back to Challenge Tour. I got that win, which was a confident booster, and here I am.
Do you feel your game is in position now where you can push on this weekend and maybe challenge for another win on Irish soil?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're doing well around the greens, so you putt well, and I mean, it's all about scoring. So it doesn't really matter if you're a little bit so off the tee or so into the greens. You really need to just score well, and it feels like I'm there at the moment.
So the other thing about late start tomorrow, you not see the football. I mean, how big is this story of Sweden?
No, I haven't thought about it yet. Damn it.
3 o'clock kickoff is terrible news. So how big has this World Cup story of Sweden been back home?
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. You think we could get a screen out there and follow my group?
Special dispensation. You can take your phone out in the course,
Yeah,
maybe.
that would be great.
This is a huge match now for Sweden, isn't it? Though, I mean,
Yeah,
decent
absolutely.
record against England over the years.
Yeah, Sweden got great records against England. So